everybody, welcome back. Nice to see you again this week, and we are in the month of December, which means for a lot of you the climate is cooler, the air is crisper and drier, and that means that our skincare needs are changing as well. And what I would like to show to you today are ways to optimize the moisturizers that you have, to get the most out of them, to make them more emollient and more rich without having to go to the store and buy anything new to help your dry skin this winter. I was sort of digging around my cabinets and I found all these different moisturizers that I have. Some have been sitting there a while, some are a little bit lighter. And I thought, you know, there are ways to be able to utilize these with some other things that will make them a little more potent. And so I started playing around and I thought, what a great idea for a tutorial, because you may have the very same things in your cabinets beneath your sink, and you may be waiting till next summer to be able to use these products because you think they're too light. But it's how you combine them, so you get to play chemist a little bit in your bathroom, that will make these things far more effective for you during the winter months. And I'm all about using product. I hate waste, and so if I can find ways to get that bottle down to zero, I am a happy camper. So let me share with you some ideas that I have. First of all, these were just basic moisturizers, body moisturizers that I use during the summer. This is St. Ives Fresh Hydration Lotion, and I love this because, you know, I'm a sucker for gimmicks, and I thought, ooh, spray can moisturizer, how cool is that? You just spray it on and there's your moisture. Yeah, you still have to use your hands to rub it in, okay? But it's just, I don't know, it was just fun spraying myself all over with moisturizer. Anyway, it's a very lightweight moisturizer, as is this Olay Quench with a little shimmer, which I like in the summertime because it gives a bit of a glow. But again, it's not a very thick moisturizer. Now, what I did to sort of enhance the potency of these is I took something that I also use in the summer, but I use it in a very different way. I don't know about you, but if you have a little bit of a tan or a spray tan going, I love just a light oil over the tan on the legs. So sometimes after I shower in the summertime and I'm still a little bit wet, I'll take this Neutrogena Body Oil in Sesame. It's one of my absolute favorites. I love the smell. I can just smell this stuff all day, and when it's on you, it has such a great scent. So anyway, I would still come out of the shower wet. I would take some of this oil, apply it to my body, and kind of pat myself dry. It gave me a very light sheen. What I'm doing now during the winter months is I'm taking this oil, and instead of putting it on while I'm wet and letting a lot of it evaporate, I will now combine. So now I might take a pump of my Olay Quench, put it in my hand, and do kind of a 50-50 ratio. So a little bit of that, and then a little bit of oil, and mix it up. And before you know it, I've got a very thick, creamy lotion that I can now apply all over my body. Head, well, okay, not head, neck to toe, and it really kicks up the moisture. It's, you know, it's amazing what a little oil can do, and how you can combine it with lighter summer weight moisturizers to be able to get to the bottom of your bottle and up the moisturizing component as well. So you can mix in whatever oil you have. I've got this one, and I also have another one that I bought. I think this was Walgreens, their brand, Studio Beauty Skin Oil with Vitamin E. So I have this as well, but I start to cut my moisturizer in half with the oil in the winter months. The other thing that I can do that with as well, because, you know, in the wintertime we still have cocktail parties and places to go in the evening, and I still want a little bit of color on my legs if I'm wearing a cocktail dress. So I have this great product. It was actually given to me as a gift this past summer. It's by Victoria's Secret. It's Pink Ready to Party Luminous Body Bronzer. So it's got a great little bronzer in it, and again, I'll do the very same thing. I will put bronzer in my hand, a little bit of moisturizer, and a little bit of oil. Mix those three together, rub them on my legs. I still get a nice little glow, but I get the extra moisture that I need so that my skin doesn't get too dry during the winter months. Don't want to forget about the hair. So there are a couple of products that you can use that you can either apply wet or dry. This one is Fekkai, the glossing cream. I'm a huge fan of this. My hair, when it's, you know, wavy and curly like this, tends to get a little frizzy on the ends. So I will take, and a little goes a long way with this. I think I've had this bottle, I don't know, for a year, year and a half. But just a tiny dab will do ya. Rub it between your hands, spread it out evenly, and then just take it and scrunch on the ends, and it really, really helps with those brittle ends. And this is also great in the dry months. Your hair starts to get those flyaways and it's uncontrollable. This sort of brings everything back together. So it's a nice little finishing product, and it adds a great kick of shine as well. Another one that I found that I'm enjoying too is by Living Proof. It's called Restore Instant Repair. You can use this both wet or dry. You apply it to damp hair and then you can style, or when your hair is dry, just like I did with this Fekkai glossing cream, just a little bit, squish on the ends just to take out that dryness, spray it with hairspray, set, you're good to go. Do not forget, I have mentioned this in one of my previous tutorials about my All-Star Beauty products. Lips need to stay moisturized too. My all-time favorite, Lancino. You know what it's for, but I use it for my lips. My son is going to be 10. I am not a breastfeeding mother anymore. However, best lip balm on the planet. So you moms who are breastfeeding, repurpose and bring it up here. Don't forget about your nails. Cuticles get very dry as well, so if your hand lotion just isn't quite cutting it, I have like a little solar oil or a vitamin E oil, and I'll bring this to work, leave it in my purse, and just touch up my cuticles with it so they're not dry. Another thing you can do if you don't have an oil like this, and this is great, sometimes we forget about going into our vitamin closet, but if you take vitamins, and I hope you do, you can always reach in and find your vitamin E. Usually comes in capsule form like this, and you can take your vitamin E, puncture it with a pin, and voila, you now have a great cuticle oil as well. You can squeeze it with you. These are great for travel, by the way. They won't rupture in your suitcase, and that way you've got intact oil when you arrive to your final destination. So again, this can be used for cuticles. You can squeeze this and put it in your face moisturizer if it's not strong enough for the wintertime. Vitamin E oil goes a long way wherever you may need it. Use it. Another great thing about combining oil with your moisturizers, and I know this may sound a little gross, but it's actually a good thing. So if you've got moisturizer now all over your legs and you've combined it with oil, I know in the winter months sometimes we'll wear leggings or tights. If you put tights on over your moisturized legs, it really seals in the moisture. It's the same principle as putting foot lotion on your feet and then putting a sock over it and sleeping overnight. You wake up in the morning, your feet are incredibly soft. Same thing with your legs. Put on your lotion, wear your tights. By the end of the day, your legs are silky smooth, and when you're snuggling up with your honey at night, you won't feel like a snake. You'll be soft to the touch, and that's a good thing. And my last share with you is a moisturizer that I have, and this is sort of my little indulgence. Not so little really, but it's it's big. It's Laura Mercier's Creme Brulee Moisturizing Cream. I adore this product. It's the most expensive thing that I have out of everything that I showed you. But whenever I go out at night and you smell like dessert. It is. If it were smell-o-vision, you would be thanking me, I promise. Your honey will be snuggling up, he'll be nuzzling. You'll be saying, what have I done tonight? Oh yeah, it's the creme brulee. Get yourself some. You will love this stuff. I save it for my special occasions, you know, special nights out. That way it lasts me a really long time, but goodness, this stuff is amazing. So anyway, I hope these tips have been helpful for you to stay moisturized during the winter months. Most importantly, don't forget to hydrate. You got to put water in if you stay hydrated on the outside, okay? I don't know if that made any sense. Drink your water. Don't forget. Anyway, I hope these have been incredibly helpful for you. I did not go out and buy anything for this tutorial. Like I said, I stuck with what I had, I combined, and I stretched. And so not only can you stretch your product, but you can stretch your dollar by doing so. Hope you find this information useful. Remember, you can find me on social media. I look forward to hearing your comments as well. Give me your suggestions as to what you would like to see next. As always, go out, be bold, be blessed, and I will see you all in a week. Mwah!